This is ABC 7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us. Our top story tonight, the Florida Department of Transportation met with the public earlier this evening to discuss some details of another big project on I-75 on the Suncoast. The public meeting was about a planned diverging diamond configuration at the I-75 interchange with State Road 64 in Manatee County. And that's where we find ABC 7's Rick Adams tonight with the latest. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, traffic here can be a nightmare, but FDOT is confident they have the cure. It's a project that'll cost $39 million and take at least 2 years to complete. FDOT officials were answering a lot of questions at a public meeting regarding the diamond that will be constructed in the coming weeks at the I-75 interchange with State Road 64 in Bradenton. For a long time, Braden River Lakes resident Rita Flegel, she tells us she's happy that she attended Thursday's meeting.
When I came in here, I was completely against it until I saw how they're going to take away the danger of getting onto I-75. Now I'm mixed. I don't like the fact that it's going to take 2 years.
For other folks we talked with who live near the I-75 State Road 64 interchange, they see many positives with a project like this.
I think it'll be an improvement over what it is now. It's the off-ramps and on-ramps are the reason it's being redesigned, obviously, and that's what needed to be redesigned because they're kind of constrictive the way they are now.
FDOT says most of the work will focus on the on and off ramps to I-75, including the building of a new overpass to the southbound on-ramp. Officials tell us most of the work will be on State Road 64, and they will not be widening I-75 as part of this project.
We had a lot of volume of traffic out here in Sarasota and Manatee County, and the more improvements we do to our interchanges and interstate, the better that we can hold the capacity, plus the improved traveling.
There is currently a diverging diamond being built at University Parkway, which will be completed around September. With two big projects that'll be going on at the same time, FDOT officials encourage drivers to be patient and extra cautious.
We've got about close to 8 or 10 miles between the two interchanges, so we got some gaps, so we should be fine.
And construction will get underway here sometime after Memorial Day. Reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. New details tonight on the death of Carly Bruce's mother, Susan Shorpen. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd says Shorpen ultimately died of a heroin overdose last week. The sheriff made the announcement today during a press conference about the recent arrest of 17 people during an undercover heroin trafficking investigation. The Polk County Medical Examiner's Office is still performing toxicology tests to confirm Shorpen's cause of death. The 47-year-old has been arrested several times for drug use and prostitution since Bruce's kidnapping and murder back in 2004. State lawmakers are cracking down on dealers who distribute drugs that lead to a person's death. The Florida House is approving a bill that would allow dealers to be charged with murder for fatal overdoses involving certain drugs. Under this new legislation, synthetic drugs like fentanyl have been added to the drug trafficking statute. It would also make it a felony to possess 10 grams or more of such drugs. A similar Senate bill is headed to its last committee stop. And local Congressman Vern Buchanan is also speaking out about the problems surrounding opioids. When it comes to the number of overdoses, Manatee County has the highest number in the state. Buchanan says more work needs to be done to bring down those numbers.
So I think we've made some progress, but we're going to monitor it very closely. We're going to continue to do everything we can, whatever resources we can bring to education and prevention as well as law enforcement, and try to minimize the impact.
The state is expected to receive $27 million in grant money from the federal government to go toward prevention and treatment programs for opioid addiction. A Punta Gorda police officer who was fired for fatally shooting a woman during a Citizens Academy training exercise is now trying to get his job back. Lee Cole is facing charges in the shooting death of 73-year-old Mary Knowlton. Following investigation, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement found no evidence that Cole intended to shoot and kill Knowlton last August. However, he was terminated from the Punta Gorda Police Department. He appealed the decision. His attorney and the city human resources manager who recommended the termination faced a judge today to make their arguments.
If we're not going to take disciplinary action against anyone else, then why are we terminating his employment? Why aren't accommodations being made for him the way they are for other employees? That's the question.
A decision on today's hearing is expected by the end of May. A search is underway in Manatee County for a bank robber. Manatee County Sheriff's deputies were called to the Wells Fargo Bank on 53rd Avenue West in Bradenton just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. Witnesses say the robber handed a note to the teller demanding money. He then took some cash and left. Deputies say the man was armed. If you have any information about this bank robbery, you're asked to call Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. And now for a check on our forecast, let's head over to Bob.
Thanks, Haley. A warm day today it was. We had just a few showers around this evening. Temperature still pretty mild to warm in places, 74 degrees right now, the dew point 55. So with that east wind, the humidity is lower, and so it feels comfortable out there, even though the temperature is at 74 degrees. The barometer 30-10. It's falling slightly, but for the most part, we're still under that high pressure ridge. I mentioned a few showers. We're developing this evening near south portions of Sarasota County, also western Charlotte County. Most of that action now off into the Gulf and weakening as it makes its way off toward the west. Things are starting to calm down on that front. 74 I mentioned here, 76 in Key West, and temperature of 68 degrees in Orlando, and a little bit cooler inland in the 60s there from Highlands County through most of Hardee and DeSoto counties at this time. And you can see it's 75 in Parrish, Palmetto, Bradenton, all there at 75 degrees. Venice now checking in at 76. And we're looking for overnight lows tonight to be into the mid 60s for the most part, with the wind staying out of the east, breezy at times, but anywhere from 5 to 10 gusts as high as 15 miles an hour. Well, the dry air is still just to the north of us. You can see that just on the edge of the Tampa Bay area, moisture trying to work its way up into our region. We're going to start to see some increase in some tropical moisture as we move into the weekend, and that will allow for us a better chance for some rainfall. We'll have much more on that forecast and an update on Arlene coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. An investigation is underway tonight into the deadly attack against police officers in Paris. A gunman targeted 2 officers in a patrol car. Now, President Trump is responding. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
The iconic Champs-Élysées in Paris on lockdown. One of the most beautiful streets in the world, the scene of an ugly terror attack on police. French authorities say just after 9 p.m., a car pulled up next to a police vehicle. A gunman armed with a military-style weapon jumped out and opened fire. 1 officer killed, another wounded, a bystander hit. The suspect firing as he ran away, but he was shot and killed in an exchange of gunfire. This man was there. He says the gunman could have killed more innocent people, but he only targeted the policemen. A somber French President Francois Hollande says all leads point to terrorism. ISIS quickly claiming responsibility online. Police and emergency vehicles swarm the famous thoroughfare, usually packed with tourists.
You have to stay back, please.
Officers and snipers secure the area. People ordered to keep their hands up. Acts of terrorism plaguing France. The country was already under a state of emergency. The latest attack coming just days before the first round of France's bitterly contested presidential election. Counterterrorism, the big issue. President Trump weighed in from the White House.
First of all, our condolences from our country to the people of France. It looks like another terrorist attack, and what can you say? It just never ends. And we have to be strong and we have to be vigilant.
As the White House monitors the situation, France says it will be vigilant to make sure its presidential election is not impacted. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
A nationwide manhunt has come to an end for a teacher wanted for allegedly kidnapping his student. A 15-year-old, Elizabeth Thomas, found alive and safe in a residence in a remote area of Northern California, thousands of miles away from where she disappeared in Tennessee. Her alleged captor, 50-year-old Tad Cummins, now in custody. This morning, Siskiyou County Sheriff's deputies found the car Thomas and Cummins had been driving in. They were found in a cabin nearby. Cummins now accused of having an inappropriate relationship with Thomas. His wife says he had been spending time with the teen in their home prior to their disappearance.
I think he was mentoring her, and maybe just one bad decision started him off on a path he didn't mean to go on.
Tennessee authorities are now on their way to Northern California to pick up the teen. She is expected to reunite with her family tomorrow. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, where evacuations are now underway in Florida because of wildfires. And Governor Scott is addressing the controversy at the Capitol as state senators heated and racially charged words for fellow lawmakers.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
First time ever, this Saturday, April 22nd, 7 p.m. DeSoto Speedway. Koch Chevrolet's Night of Destruction, presented by attorney James Carter. School bus, figure eight racing, the Gunslinger Monster Truck, a demolition derby, and much more. Tickets on sale now. Go to tourofdestruction.com for info. Thanks to Steps Towing. Be there.
Bob, it is a little bit steamy out there.
Yeah, it's 74 degrees at this hour. Okay. Pretty warm, but the dew point temperature is down a little bit. We have an easterly wind, but it did get hot today. Highs again in the upper 80s. We have a little change on the way, though. There will be some cooler temperatures. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. We have a beautiful sunset. Van Wezel webcam showing you the gorgeous sunset out there. A few clouds around and some folks capturing it. We'll show you that, too, just right now. A photo on Siesta Key, as the sun is getting a little bit more latitude to the north now. And this is Siesta Key from Linda Mason. And you see quite a few people out there with the calm conditions. And this is a close-up, same location, Siesta Key. Barbara getting this one, Barbara Siebers, and a beautiful shot of the sun there just before it dipped below the horizon, just before 7 o'clock, I should say 8 o'clock. Warm on Friday. Again, we're expecting highs in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Inland areas, the sea breeze will keep things just a little bit cooler near the coast. And then a chance for storms moves in on Sunday night and Monday morning. Cold front will sweep through and cool us down a little bit on Monday and Tuesday. So look for that comfortable conditions as anticipated by then. So we'll get rid of this warm, sticky air that's been around in some places this afternoon. Some high clouds trying to stream in our direction now, with a little low pressure area in the northwestern Caribbean, and some of those high clouds will move in and out throughout the day tomorrow, but we're looking for mostly sunny skies to start today. Now, we did have a little sea breeze action this afternoon and evening, mainly to our south, and a few inland spotty showers. All that activity moving off toward the west. There's a bit more moisture down to our south right now. We'll start to see some of that moisture increase in our direction on Saturday and Sunday, but right now a fire weather warning is in effect until Friday 8 o'clock for eastern sections of Manatee County, mainly east of I-75. Right now, the coastal locations, it should not be a problem. Sarasota may be included in that later on, but for the time being, the high fire danger will stay with us, I think, through Saturday as well. 74 right now, the dew point is at 55 and the humidity at 52%. So the humidity not all that high at this point, and east winds at 11, the barometer 30-10. That's high, and the high today was high at 89 degrees. Close to a record, just 3 degrees shy of that, and 90. Again, 92 the record high. No rainfall to report, when the rainfall deficit so far for the year continues to climb. It's over 7.5 inches. With similar east winds tomorrow, we can anticipate temperatures to warm up. A little bit of a breeze developing in the afternoon and then switching back to the east in the evening hours. And the RPM forecast model not showing much for us in terms of rainfall. Lots of sunshine. That cloudiness starts to encroach, though, on Saturday. You see that, and then here comes a front, which will bring us a good chance for some showers, mainly on Sunday, though, as we push through time. For boaters, looks pretty good. A bit breezy to start the morning off at 15 knots and then subsiding somewhat in the afternoon. And the UV index will be high. The water temperature at 77 degrees. And tides on your screen, 4:15 for the next low tide and a high tide at 10:44. Tonight, partly cloudy, clearing after midnight, and 64. Showers are for the most part over, and then 64 for your low. Tomorrow, similar to today, mostly sunny skies, a few clouds in the afternoon, a high of 84, upper 80s to near 90 degrees inland. The extend the forecast, still pretty mild to warm on Saturday and Sunday, then cooling down on Monday and Tuesday and turning breezy too. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to low 80s on Monday and Tuesday. The rain chance at 40% for late Sunday and Monday. Look at this. This is Suncoast resident Kirk Wiseman. Recently went on a fishing adventure to Casa Vieja in Guatemala, the Pacific side, famous for sailfish and marlin. Cortland Hunt from Bradenton went along to shoot this amazing video of a sailfish attacking a fly from underwater and on top. Look at that thing just dancing across the sky. Go Fish Productions capturing some amazing video as Kirk and his crew raised 90 sailfish and 30 striped marlin, all by the fly rod in 4 days. That's the life right there. All the fish were released, and that's a fishing story with proof. Good job on that one, Kirk. Closer to home, Steve Herrick catches one of my favorite fish to eat, pompano. That's right, pampa yes, pampa no, however you slice it, it's very tasty. And he caught this one, the 17 inches long, right there by the groin, the north south end of Longboat Key. And you always should get a net around the groins there because they can get under those pilings there and rip the line right off there. Not as big as a sailfish, but it was a keeper, 17 inches. That, of course, a nice catch. Steve, appreciate that. Here's a look at some of the fish that were caught around here, around town. This one was right on the Anna Maria City Pier, and that is a keeper cobia shot by Captain Scott Moore, who saw this young man, Noah, catching this fish, and he released it. Even though it was a keeper, he released it. So you can catch some big fish, even on the pier right there. And this one, a Jack Crevel, Peter, Captain Alan Roth sending this one in. A nice big one. They're not good to eat, but boy, they're good to catch because they're tough fighting fish. And look at this. This was off 125 feet of water of Anna Maria. Captain Larry McGuire, Show Me the Fish charters. All those guys with some keeper groupers there. And then one last one, Captain Johnny Walker catching some kingfish. I couldn't get out with him this week because weather got in the way in terms of a hurricane seminar, but nonetheless, this was a king and a half. Half of a kingfish you see there was eaten by either a shark or a barracuda as they were bringing it in. Yeah, a clean slice it was. So the kingfish are back.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bob. In Collier County, evacuations are underway tonight as 2 wildfires spread across 1,500 acres. They're affecting the Golden Gate Estate neighborhood in Naples. So far, 1 vacant home has been destroyed. 2 cars and several sheds have also been damaged in these fires. Both fires are only 10% contained. In Orlando, the trial of the widow of Pulse nightclub shooter Omar Mateen won't begin until next year. Nora Salman waived her right to a speedy trial during a hearing in federal court today. Her trial date is now being moved to next March. Salman has pleaded not guilty of aiding and abetting her husband's support to ISIS, as well as misleading authorities during their investigation into the Pulse shooting. Salman's attorney says she had no prior knowledge of what Mateen was planning. 49 people were killed and more than 50 others were injured in the shooting last June. A Florida state senator is facing mounting pressure to resign after unleashing a racist tirade during a private private conversation with his African-American colleagues. Republican Senator Frank Artiles is facing criticism after reports surfaced that he had used derogatory language and swore at 2 fellow senators. Governor Scott is now weighing in on the issue. He says while the Senate should not expel Artiles because he is a separately elected official, the incident should never have happened.
It's really disappointing. I mean, if you think about it, we ought to all be focused on how do we make this state a better place. You know, we all have kids and grandkids, and that's what we ought to be focused on, but that's disgusting.
Scott says he spoke to the senators who were targeted and apologized himself and told them no one should be treated that way. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
We have a special 420 holiday show for you tonight.
I don't drink anything.
Do you want to smoke some right now?
From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in.
Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC7.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
So many times we underestimate the human spirit's drive to recover. We often see people surpass what any of us might have expected initially. The Rehabilitation Pavilion at Sarasota Memorial is the top of the line. It allows us to really bring the patient's recovery to the next level.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, sports.
Tiger Woods could go another year without playing in a major tournament. The pro golfer says he's recently undergone a 4th back surgery. Typical recovery time for this procedure is 6 months. Woods had 2 surgeries after the 2015 PGA Tour and did not play again for 15 months. His last competition was in early February in the Dubai Desert Classic, where he shot a 77 and withdrew because of back spasms. The Rays finishing up a 3-game series against the Tigers at the Trop this afternoon, looking to sweep it with a win. It doesn't look so good in the start, with Ian Kinsler scoring a home run in the top of the first to put the Tigers up by 1. The Rays make a quick comeback. Though in the bottom of the second, tying it up again with Steven Souza at the plate. A hit to right field allows 2 runs. Ooh, there. The bottom of the 8th now. Rays up 6-1 with when Daniel Robertson hits his first home run of the season. Rays end up winning this one 8-1. To the NFL now, where the matchups have been set for the 2017-2018 season. The regular season kicks off September 7th and ends with Super Bowl 52 on February 4th. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will start with an away game against the Dolphins on September 10th. Some big games to note. They will be at Gillette Stadium on October 5th to face the New England Patriots. They also face their division rival, the New Orleans Saints, in New Orleans. That's on November 5th, and then at home to end the season on December 31st. Nathan Benderson Park will be home to 2 more big events in the coming years. It has already been selected for the 2018 NCAA Rowing Championships. Now it will also host the Division I, II, and III Women's Rowing Championships in 2021 and 2022. They will be held Memorial Day weekend each of those years. The Sarasota County Sports Commission and the University of Central Florida will serve as the host institutions. The NCAA chooses host sites based on criteria that includes overall experience for athletes, providing optimal facilities, ease of travel to the location, and ample lodging, as well as overall atmosphere. And apparently we have all of those. Great to hear. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
An Inglewood family has now tripled in size at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Meet Harrison, Preston, Jackson, and Leela. The quadruplets were born on March 28th to Amanda and Kyle Corcoran. They made their public debut today.
There's going to be a lot of laughs, a lot of tears, from both them and from us, I'm sure. But we feel really blessed that we get to raise these 4 beautiful babies, and it's going to be an exciting journey.
The babies are still in the neonatal intensive care unit at SMH. They will be released in the coming weeks, closer to their original due date at the end of May.
One and done, you're one and done with your family. You got 4
That's it. I mean, you got an instant, large family, right, in one go. Yeah, that's amazing. And I love that the parents are so excited.
And they're realistic, too. She was realistic. There's going to be some good times, there'll be some bad times.
Yes,
it's a lot of work, too.
With 4 all at one time, that's a lot. Yes, congrats to them. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow.